Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about you feel like you're walking on eggshells this week. This week is all about unlocking your inner power because when you take some moves that feel bold, but they don't have to be big, you do have success in the future. So I had talked about this entire season being about walking on cobblestones, and you kind of take a step and you get your footing, and then you take another step and you get your footing. That is the epitome of this week. You are really being careful about not offending anybody. You're making sure that you're aligned, and it feels like it's too much. You feel too focused. You feel like you're paying too much attention. You just want to take a breath and take a sigh of relief. And yet it comes a little tiny bit in the middle of the week, but then it kind of rushes to a whoosh at the end of the week. So people are going to be off kilter. Things are just going to seem just a little bit not aligned and not in the right place. And so the more you can be completely straightforward, as transparent as it feels good for you to be, and understanding that you getting what you want doesn't mean that other people don't get what they want. You know, it's so interesting how we often will disappoint ourselves instead of disappointing somebody else. And yet, which is more important, right? You are important. You have permission to be you and to desire and to want to be satisfied and to have your intentions and want fulfillment and want success. And we can say that in our minds, and we know that logically, intellectually, that makes sense. And then our actions don't really drive that. So that's what we want to do this week. This week, we want our intentions, those big intentions that we set, and we want to be taking strides to live up to them. And again, it's not going to feel like I'm taking a big, huge leap, but it can feel really solidifying and fortifying, especially since, weirdly, there is really good energy for doing business, for negotiating, signing contracts, clients. There's really great energy. And think about it. That's because you know your role. And when you know your role, you're really comfortable. And so that's going to be the key. If you don't know your role, ask, take a few moments, situate yourself. As things are moving pretty quickly, take a step back just for a brief moment, take that pause moment and say, okay, this is exactly what I'm intending. This is what I want. Okay, let's take strides to do it. Again, the stars, there's some really supportive stars there, and then there's some confusing stars there. Honestly, Mercury is kind of going through this little bit of a turmoil this week, and so that's why it's really a mind exercise for you. So that's why I'm suggesting that you align your intentions with your actions. Now, I'm going to go deeper and do the intuitive success signature tips. If you haven't taken the quiz yet, you're going to want to go to yourstarmaptosuccess.com, answer those 12 questions, find out your signature, because this really is helpful. Get your tips not only by week, but by month as well. This week, the Wise Strategist, you do get great new ideas about how to run big, huge teams and organizations. And that may be aligned with the work that you do, and it may not be. But you're going to want to be able to be creative and put a wireframe together, because it seems as if your big dreams are there for you to create some structure around, for you to be able to grow into. For you, intuitive visionary, carve out time and make adjustments about how you are listening to your intuition and how you're taking it seriously. This is your time. It's the new era, and it's beautiful for you to be combining your intellectual brilliance with your superior intuition. Collaborator explorer, you may be triggered by power plays and control struggles. The habit that you form is that you move into people pleasing. Try not to do that. It's not worth it. Don't give your power away. So when I was talking about taking those pause moments, I was thinking explicitly of you. Ruling warrior, you are going to be swept up and get pushed to be short-tempered and impatient and maybe even argumentative. You're going to want to rush into situations. You may jump to conclusions, and therefore your relationships are pushed to the edge. Again, it's not worth it. This is a great week to make sales and to negotiate. So really stay attuned. And when you're feeling that impatient rise, take a deep breath and recalibrate. For you, creative superstar, commit to your future by investing in yourself. This is an excellent time for big purchases. So if you've had some in mind and you can afford it, go ahead and go shopping for a really great deal. Loving alchemist, You're focused on your loved ones, and that's fine. But when they get out of sorts and impatient, they might be looking for arguments. Guess what? You're not going to win an argument this week, so just walk away. Come at it at a different time. For everyone, thank you so much for listening and sharing with friends. As always, it's a great time to be a soul, and happy soul tidings. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose, reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together, as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.